Today's article for discussion is angular momentum, relation between angular momentum and moment of inertia. And lastly, we have to prove the conservation of angular momentum. Before this, we have to discuss what is meant by angular momentum, its definition. Now see, the quantity in rotational mechanics analogical to the linear momentum is the angular momentum. It is similar to the torque being moment of the force. If P is the linear momentum given by mass into velocity, the corresponding angular momentum L is nothing but product of linear momentum and moment R, that is R. In vector form, this angular momentum is written like this: L bar equal to R bar cross P. Now we have to derive the relation between this angular momentum and moment of inertia I. For this, let us consider a rigid body of mass m rotating about the axis passing through point O. See, this is the axis of rotation. Body rotates in this sense with constant angular velocity omega. Let us consider body is divided into n number of particles. First, m1, which is at a distance r1 from axis of rotation. Second, m2 at a distance of r2 from axis of rotation. m3 at a distance of r3 from axis of rotation, and similarly last particle mn, which is at a distance rn from axis of rotation. The linear velocity of this individual particle is v1, which is equal to r1 into omega, v2, which is equal to r2 into omega, v3, which is linear velocity of particle having mass m3, which is equal to r3 into omega, and so on. Lastly, the linear velocity vn of the particle having mass mn, which is equal to rn into omega. Now the linear momentum of the first particle p1, which is equal to m1 into v1, which is equal to m1 into r1 into omega. Similarly, linear momentum of second particle is m2 into v2, which is equal to m2 r2 into omega. Linear momentum of third particle is equal to m3 v3, which is equal, and lastly we can write this Pn, which is equal to Mn into Vn, which is equal to Mn into Rn into omega. Its angular momentum is linear momentum of first particle is P1. Angular momentum of this particle is L1, which is equal to P1 into R1, which is equal to M1 R1 into omega multiplied by R1, which is equal to M1 R1 square into omega. Similarly, angular momentum of second particle L2, which is equal to P2 into R2, which is equal to M1, which is equal to M2 R2 into omega into R2, which is equal to M2 R2 square omega. Similarly, we can write the angular momentum L3, which is equal to M3 R3 square omega, and so on. ln equal to mn rn square into omega. The total angular momentum of the body L is equal to L1 plus L2 plus L3 L4 up to last Ln, which is equal to m1 r1 square omega m2 r2 square omega m3 r3 square omega plus last mn rn square into omega. Now taking the omega constant out of the bracket, the remaining term is r1 square into m1 plus m2 into r2 square plus m3 into r3 square dash last mn into rn square. Now see, the bracketed term is nothing but summation of mass. The bracketed term is nothing but summation of product of mass and square of distance from axis of rotation, which is nothing but the moment of energy. Hence L equal to omega into I. Hence we can write the angular momentum L equal to I into omega. This is our required equation which we have to derive from the definition of angular momentum. Just analyze this equation with linear momentum P equal to mv. We again prove that this m is analogical to the moment of inertia I, because L is angular momentum, P is the linear momentum, omega is angular velocity, V is the linear velocity. Hence we can say this mass is nothing but analogical quantity with moment of inertia. Both plays the same role. Mass plays role in translatory motion. Same role is played by moment of inertia in rotational motion. Now next article is conservation of angular momentum. When body rotates about any axis passing through a point, its angular momentum is conserved until the external force acting on the body is zero. See the detailed statement. The statement of the conservation of angular momentum is like this. When external torque acting on the body is zero, the angular momentum of body is always constant. This is we have to prove. See, now the equation for angular momentum in vector form is L bar, which is equal to R bar into P bar. Here R bar is the position vector from the axis of rotation and P bar is the linear momentum. Now differentiating with respect to time, we get this dl by dt, which is equal to d dt of r cross p bar, which is equal to r cross dp by dt plus dr by dt cross p. Now see here, this dr by dt is nothing but linear velocity, and also this dp by dt, which is nothing but rate of change of linear momentum, which is the force. Hence we can write this equation dl divided by dt, which is equal to r cross f plus v cross p. Now see the equation again. This dl by dt equal to r cross f plus v cross p. Now p is nothing but mv. Hence we can write this is equal to r cross f plus v cross v into m, because v equal to mv. Now this v cross v is equal to 0, because vector product of the vector itself is 0. Hence the equation becomes dl divided by dt equal to r cross f, and this r cross f is the moment of the force, which is equal to torque acting on the body. Now see, the differentiation of angular momentum is equal to torque acting on the body. Now if this torque is 0, that is external torque acting on the body is 0, this differentiation of dl by dt is 0, which implies that L is equal to constant. This is the principle of conservation of angular momentum. When external torque acting on the body is 0, the angular momentum is always remains constant.